So we're back with a look back 10 years on, almost a date, of GTA San Andreas, the iconic landmark PlayStation 2 video game created by Rockstar. In the first of the Rockstar retrospective, we'll be trying to play all of their video games again, see if they all hold up. There's been a few big Rockstar related anniversaries coming up. So there's been GTA San Andreas, which is obviously the one I'll be discussing today. He's 10 years old. Makes me feel very old, even though I was only 11 when it came out. So that's a big one. There's GTA 3, the biggest, like the first huge game that they did in the GTA franchise, the one that a lot of people even probably think is the first one, or the first one that they ever played, because that was the first one to jump into 3D, the first one that a lot of people really loved and took to heart. It's a brilliant video game. It's 15 years since that came out, and that one pretty much like starts the brilliant run of Rockstar video games. I'll be playing all the GTA games, Manhunt and Dennis Medic and The Warriors. So we'll start off with San Andreas, because that's probably the most iconic one, the one that most people probably have like the biggest attachment to. I remember when this came out, I was still in like high school, but everyone just played this non-stop. The end of high school, it was a brilliant game. Even people who weren't really into games still loved playing it. It was still like a really iconic, really big video game. It's pretty much everyone who had even a passing knowledge that video games were a thing. Which, if you're like 11, early 2000s, is everyone. My remembrance of the game is that it's pretty good. It's alright, but it's probably my least favourite GTA. Or at least it was before I played it again. Obviously, first time I played it, I think in about 5-6 years, so that might change now. I remember it was too sprawling. Technology couldn't really compete with what it was trying to do. Obviously, there's no real problem with ambition. Obviously, you'd want that more from a video game than to be totally crap and just to not want to say anything. I remember it really put me off at the time, how everyone said it was so iconic and so amazing, and then actually playing it. I only played it a couple of years after it came out. I wasn't like on the first wave of when it came out. I must have bought it a couple of years later. I remember everyone was talking about it when it came out, but I think I played it when I was about 13. Still way too young for a lot of the stuff that's in there. But I've explored it again over the years, just to try and dip into it, see if it's as good. And as I say, just I think it lived up to everyone's expectation of what it was. Still an amazing video game, and it's also incredibly cinematic. It's probably the first thing that comes to mind when I'm playing it. I mean, if you just look at like the first one of the first voices you hear that's not CJ, I think it might be the first. Is Samuel Jackson or now sadly departed Chris Penn as the two cops. I think it's Chris Penn. Anyone who it isn't, but yeah, and then so yeah, all of a sudden you've got this like cinematic quality, and a lot of video games don't have. Must have added a lot of respectability to it to have been able to get such a big name. I remember they wanted I think it was 50 Cent to play CJ. That again would have like, probably even boosted sales probably more than even were. But yes, I'm playing the video game now. First thing you do right about it. The other problem I had with the video game the first time when it came out when I played it was the fact that everyone had built it up so much. You spend like the first 10 hours just doing little menial tasks in a ghetto, which wasn't the sort of thrill-seeking fun that I'd been promised it was. It wasn't like going around in a jet plane shooting things and then fall into the sky like a hail of bullets and fire, which is what it's heavily advertised as. If you look at the advertisement at the time, it's like you're driving a big plane dressed in like brilliant like black suit. Oh, it's amazing. And I first had it at the time, but it's like a much more subtle video game than it's advertising like now, and even like the appeal that it's got is more just slow building up your character more than that. So I think probably the reasons I didn't like it were just ones of having wrong expectations, thinking too much of what it was going to be, but it clearly couldn't live up to that. I mean, looking back at it, I can realise it's a good game. You should probably just play the game and then talk about how I feel like that. But yeah, it's such an iconic video game that it's hard to escape what you felt like the first time you actually played it. And also, probably a lot of people have played this as a third. I think I'm almost definite it was the best-selling GTA. It's been eclipsed now by 5, and probably was by 4 when that came out. But I remember this being an absolutely huge video game. So this is probably what most people played first, but I played Vice City first. and I enjoy that sort of 80s mellow more. The video game, the soundtrack, that's amazing. This I actually would probably prefer the soundtrack to this now. At the time when you're young, you know, it's pretty funny listening to all those crappy 80s hits. But now I'm more into like that kind of music that's actually featured on here, and that 90s scene. Got like a heavy of alternative rock soundtrack and hip hop as well. I probably would enjoy this more as well. The soundtrack, which is a massive part of these video games. I know it sounds odd to be mentioning that when I barely even played the video game. But it's such a huge part of these video games, the soundtrack, that it's just building, just the whole point of these games is world building. I mean, you can see through here, it's already building up there, like the place where it's set for the majority of the time, like the ghetto. Also brilliant way that yeah, you can see a change of the character as it moves ahead. Like CJ at the beginning he's skinny and like just dressed in like those dress clothes that like vests and shit and pants. As it goes, obviously he's gonna gain more things, but you can already see it's building up the world slightly. We're going to actually get down to playing things. So many cutscenes there is in all at the beginning of the video game. I remember that. Brilliant characterization as well of all the people that are in there. I haven't played it for so long. I can still remember a lot of the people and a lot of the twists. I'm not going to reveal any of the twists now, obviously. If this video obviously gets a lot of views, I'll play the whole thing, and then we can talk about them as they come up. But I remember it being really pretty well written as a story. Because you can't really fault the story too much for any of the problems that it's got in this. It is sort of a standard sort of GTA thing where you go up and up and up in the world. You start at the bottom and you go up. It's pretty much how every single one of the GTA games is. I remember this one had more sense of character than a lot of them. Even one of my favourite ones, GTA Vice City, even that one doesn't beat this one in terms of how like built in all the characters are. And a lot of these are iconic characters. Like I can't remember the names. That one was his mate, is it Sweet or him in the glasses, in the green shirt. I remember him a lot, and Officer Tenpenny, quite a well-known one. There were just loads of peripheral characters that just stick in your mind just for how crazy some of the situations are in it, and just how well developed they are. The voice acting is all top-notch in this video game. That all holds up. The thing that doesn't hold up, and the most obvious thing that doesn't hold up just from looking at the video game, is the fact that it just looks terrible now. I mean, you look at that car exploding now. Now that would look absolutely amazing. It would look realistic. It's just like, and then you just in the map of metal sash it, and yeah, it just looks pretty terrible if you're looking back at it now. Obviously, that's hard to. I mean, GTA 5 will probably look terrible in about 10 years' time. You can't hold that against it. It's just something that isn't as good as now as it was. Let's say any video game you could say that as a problem of. Things that don't hold up as well. But the way I think that it is too slow paced, and I think that would be changed now. It does take absolute ages for you to be able to do anything of any kind of note in the video game, so it's a bit slacker paced than it would be now, I think. Again, that's actually an argument of whether that's good or bad. It does bring you more into the world, but again, it can be slightly distancing that you've been built up so much, and now it's like again, though, that's part of just the reaction to it, playing against it in a way. You can't really blame them too much for that. Oh. Unnecessary difficulty and all. That's what pretty much every single one of the early GTAs is unnecessarily difficult. Because they don't let you actually save anything once you've done a thing without going back into your safe house. In order to do that, obviously you can't be in the middle of a mission. So if you do a mission then a mission forgetting to save it, you can lose all of your stuff in between. Or if you get hit by a car and die, you can lose everything you've done. So annoying if you like go to the gym in it, spend like, I don't know, 15 minutes like building the character stats up for a mission, and then you get hit by a car on the way or something, or just crash your car. Car handling as well has massively reduced from what it will be now. As again though, that's another thing that they can't really they were doing the best they could at the time. But thing that's a thing that's dated now, but there's no real way to have seen that coming. But yeah, a lot of stuff actually holds up there, so I'll be playing it for about an hour. This will be the end of the first part. So I think about what it'll be like when they call for an outline full hour. But yeah, stay tuned. The more actual talk about the video game rather than people reacting to